To another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from High Branch Brewing Company out of Concord, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. This beer is called Diamond Ring. Some of you might have seen, I did a video probably about a year ago at this point for Promise Ring, this is like the double IPA version of that. Yeah, it says Hazy Double IPA. This is 7.7. I think Promise Ring is like 6.5, so this isn't like... It's just a bump up. I wouldn't really call it like a double version, but... this one's Azacca and Citra. And as like every other High Branch beer, it was filled to the absolute brim. As you can see, it pours a darker golden color with about 1 finger's worth of white, pretty fluffy head. There's a lot of Citra in that for sure. I would say a good bit of peach, a little bit of a candied orange, and some pineapple. And yeah, that's about what I'm getting. So I would say the flavor is not quite as juicy as the aroma was. It's definitely a lot of pineapple, but not as much peach or orange. It's kind of like really dry pineapple is what I would describe it as. It does have a little orangey quality to it too, but I don't think it's like... I don't think the flavor is quite as like tropical as the aroma is. But the body is definitely on point. The attenuation, I would say, is perfect. The bitterness is perfect. It's not crazy bitter, but it is bitter enough, where it's still like you're drinking an IPA. It's not straight juice. It's not very sweet either. It just balanced with the bitterness really well. But it is pretty dry for an IPA. And I don't necessarily the sweetness factor obviously plays into how dry it is. But when I say dry, sometimes I mean too that like the flavor doesn't last really long. It kind of like you get that nice flavor, but then it drops off very quickly. Like to me, that's what dry is. Not necessarily that it's like just not sweet. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty nice blend of orange and pineapple, but like I said, it's dry. You get a big punch of it up front. There is a little bit of like just green hop taste to it too, and I think that prevents it from being like juicy all the way through, and it drops off pretty quickly. So I would say that's not necessarily a plus or a minus for me. It's just something that's different than things that are just like so juicy all the way through. But this is very, very well balanced and excellent execution. There's not anything that I would say is even remotely wrong with this or that I don't like about it. I think this was $17 maybe for 4-pack. So it's at $4.25 a can, which So I just did a little burp, and the burp was like straight peach rings, which is interesting. But maybe that's why it's called promise ring and diamond ring. Who knows? But this is really, really good. It's. I mean, they call it a double IPA. I think if it's under 8%, I wouldn't call it a double IPA. But I would say that the alcohol is really subdued in this, even at 7.7. It's really easy to drink. And it's funny, I just a little bit ago, I had the Resident Culture IPA. And it's so cool to drink these, like, not in the same night, not next to each other, because that'll mess up your palate. But even drinking them in the same night, like, I think it's really cool because I think they both make fantastic IPAs, but they both still have kind of like this house profile, and it's not in a good way, or not that one's better than the other. It's just it's unique. And if I tasted them side by side, I mean, people might call bullshit on this, but I feel like I could probably tell the difference between the two, which is really cool. I'm guessing it's more probably what they do with the water than anything, and maybe possibly the yeast they use. Obviously, it's not the hops because a lot of people use the same types of hops. But anyways, yeah, this is absolutely a buy for me. I wish they still had some more left. They don't, unfortunately. But I will, if they make this again, I will absolutely get more of it. It's really, really good. So seek it out if you can. But yeah, that's all I got on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.